Apple is about to pull the ultimate bait-and-switch with the upcoming M5 Mac Mini, and if you're only looking at the processor upgrades, you are going to get caught off guard. Everyone is expecting another massive overhaul. But the truth? The real shocker isn't the design, and it's not even the benchmark scores. It's a quiet, sneaky change Apple is making to the storage tiers and pricing, a move that fundamentally changes how you should buy this machine. I guarantee no one saw this coming, and we'll get to exactly what that pricing trap is in just a minute. But first, let's talk about the raw power heading our way, because the performance leaps here are giving me serious early internet, dial-up to broadband vibes. Just for some context, we finally got that brand new Mac Mini redesign at the end of 2024. It was the first time they truly updated the form factor in what felt like 15 years. Honestly, it was a masterpiece. NASA called, they want their thermal engineering back. It's been selling out everywhere, especially with the base M4 model sitting at $599, or $499 if you grab that education discount. It became the default machine for developers and people running local AI models. But here is the thing. If you are holding your breath for a new chassis with the M5, you can let it out now. Apple loves to milk a design for years, so expect the exact same footprint until at least the M10. The outside stays the same. The inside, however, is a totally different story. Now, let's talk about the standard M5 chip. We already know how fast this architecture is from the recent MacBook Pro 14 and 16-inch models. You're getting a 10-core setup with 6 efficiency cores and 4 performance cores. And the specific numbers we are seeing are wild. On Geekbench, the M5 hits a single-core score of 4,360, compared to the 3,700 we had before. Multi-core jumps from 14,700 up to nearly 17,700. And I know what some of you are thinking. Do synthetic benchmarks really translate to the real world? Yes, and it comes down to the GPU. You get the full-fat 10-core GPU, and with those enhanced AI cores, the Metal FX score rockets from 54,630 up to over 75,500. Even in still Nomad Lite, we're seeing an unoptimized jump from 31 to 38 frames per second. It is a beast. But if you think that's impressive, wait until you see what the M5 Pro does to the thermal limits. Before we dive into the M5 Pro insanity, let me share a quick secret weapon that's been saving me hours of work behind the scenes. Just before filming this, I used Whisper Flow to outline these exact benchmark comparisons. Normally, when a leak drops, I'm frantically typing into Apple Notes, losing my train of thought. But with Whisper Flow, I literally just hit a hotkey and start talking. I can say, draft a comparison between the M4 Mac Mini and an Intel i9, focus on thermals, power draw, and real-world creator workflows. Instantly, it strips out my filler words, fixes my rambling, and formats it perfectly into text. It works directly inside Apple Notes, so it doesn't break my flow. If you want to speed up your own workflow, use my link below to get Whisper Flow Pro free for an extra month. Check it out, it's a game changer. Alright, back to the heavy artillery, the M5 Pro. This is where the engineering gets ridiculous. Apple has actually changed the core arrangement for the Pro tier. We don't even have efficiency cores anymore. Instead, we are looking at performance cores paired with new super cores. The result? A multi-core score flirting with 28,000. For context, that is dangerously close to M5 Max territory. The GPU side is just as aggressive, jumping from a metal score of 112,000 up to almost 140,000. You're starting with 24 GB of unified memory at the baseline, scalable all the way to 48 gigs. If your daily workflow involves heavy rendering or compiling, this is the upgrade you've been waiting for. But this brings us to the most crucial part of the video. The storage and the pricing trap I warned you about at the start. If you look at what Apple just did with the MacBook Air and MacBook Pro, they doubled the base storage across the board. The base M4 Air went from 256 gigs to 512 gigs. Previously, upgrading to 512 would cost you an extra $200. But instead of keeping the price the same, Apple stealthily bumped the baseline price of the machine up by $100. So, it looks more expensive on paper, but you're actually getting a $100 discount on the storage upgrade. Supply chain reports strongly indicate Apple is doing the exact same thing with the M5 Mac Mini. I fully expect the starting price to jump from $599 to $699. But your base model will now start at 512 GB. And for the M5 Pro, expect a similar $100 price hike, but it will start at a massive 1 TB of storage out of the box. It's brilliant marketing, but you need to know exactly what you're paying for. So, when does this actually hit our desks? There are two main theories. April 1st, 2026 is Apple's official 50th anniversary. It sounds like a joke, but Steve and Wozniak literally founded the company on April Fool's Day in 1976. Dropping a 50th anniversary Mac Mini would be a massive nostalgic flex. However, historically, Apple prefers to group their desktop updates. My bet, and the smart money, is on WWDC in the first week of June 2026. We'll likely see the M5 Mac Mini, the updated iMac, and the Mac Studio all drop together, shipping by mid-June. So now that you know the truth about the storage pricing and those massive M5 Pro numbers, what is your move? Are you upgrading on day one, or does that $699 starting price make you want to hold onto your M for a little bit longer? Let me know your exact upgrade plan in the comments down below. If this video helped you plan your next desk setup, hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the final spec confirmations when they leak. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Take care.